Alright, it is now late July and we've hit peak season. I just want to show everybody where the garden's at. I still got some of these peppers that I haven't put into the ground. And we're already seeding for fall now, so we got some broccoli sitting here ready to go out of the ground. It's all too hot right now. But other than that, all the summer crops are just kind of thriving a bit. Got a couple tomatoes here. It's a Scotch bonnet. I've been eagerly waiting for it to start fruiting, and sure enough it is. It's got some nice big fat peppers on there. I'm gonna make some jerk seasoning out of that. This is a chili de arbol that's been potted up for a while and now is full of peppers. Now, not full enough yet, but it will start to go crazy soon enough. This guy's been doing kind of okay. It's producing kind of small fruit. It's in a pot. Potted stuff sometimes produces smaller fruit for whatever reason. This is a Kashmiri. It's an Indian variety. And he is clearly doing very well. Where are all the peppers at? Here's the pepper. They kind of look like cayennes. Looking forward to these fillers being... Oh! There it is. Kind of see it in there. It's very contrasted, kind of dark. See a few peppers just hanging out there. And I got my shishito that I've harvested a little bit off of them. I've already cooked some of them up. Pretty good. Pretty much all you can do with shishitos is blister them, though. I was a little disappointed to find that out, but maybe I'll make them into a stir fry or something. They have a really nice taste. And we have a shitload of basil. Basil. More tomatoes. Basil. Basil for dazel. All the way down here. A lot of these we take to the market to try to sell. It hasn't really been selling live very well, but we dehydrate these and make a little basil seasoning. So here's the Thai basil here. Right here. More basil. They're absolutely enormous, especially after the rainstorm we just had. We got some trimming to do. They're starting to form buds. Let me just kind of pluck those off as I find them. More basil, basil, basil. So this is where all of the potatoes were. We got about 100 pounds of potatoes, and I dug them all up a couple weeks ago. And all this is going to get raked over, and we're going to replace it with pumpkins. Over here we got cucumbers. Yeah, the pumpkins are going to be... I think we got like a variety mix. It's like a orange, yellow, and white pumpkins. We'll probably cook some of those up into different pumpkin purees and stuff. Cucumber. Pickling cucumber. We've gotten some decent sized cucumbers out of these recently, so I'm happy about that. Been doing a lot of pickling lately. And here's this guy. See if you can find any ones. Oh, there's a big fat one right there. I actually might want to pick that one. I'll come back for it after I'm done recording. And over here is the main jungle. Over here, see, all these guys are getting absolutely massive, and we probably need to stake them up. It's a little bit of a jungle in there with all the squash growing in between the pots. How do we manage this? We just kind of climb in, do a little acrobatics and parkour to get through all this. You can see the squash are actually seated over there, and they come all the way over here, and now they're encroaching into this area. They tend to do that, but that's okay. It's okay. It's a sign of a good, healthy plant. But we got some big fat maters on these guys. Look at them go. This one's ripening. This is a yellow boy variety, I think, so that's as deeply colored as it's gonna get. This guy's got some fat tomatoes on it. Holy moly, look at that. Look at that biggin. Whole cluster of them in there. You have to come pick those as soon as they start ripening. There's been a few tomatoes that have been ripening, but for the most part they're still green, but that's okay. We're gonna be overrun with tomatoes very soon. And yeah, you can see all them little buddies right there. And then down here, a bit of squash, spaghetti squash specifically. I think it's spaghetti squash. I might have harvested one before. There's another one kind of hanging out. That is a different variety. I can't remember what variety that is, but doesn't matter. All right, you can see more maters out there. Looks like they kind of need some water a little bit. But I think they're doing fine right now. Yeah, more maters. Look at them go. Oh, here's a San Marzano over here that's loaded. Oh, there's some ripe ones on there. I gotta pick those after I'm done here. There's some ripe ones. They're coming. They're coming. They're making a lot of hot sauces. Probably some homemade ketchup. And get a shot there. These zucchini plants that have gotten destroyed by squash vine borers. We have that problem every year. They come in and just kill everything. It sucks, but well, we got maters at least, so that's what's important. All right, over here, what I'm really excited about are the peppers. Well, peppers. Right here, got some Carolina Reapers right here. Got 4 of them. They're producing some nice little peppers right there. Here they come. Boy, howdy, here they come. Got some nice ones over here. Right here. Let them go. Got a whole cluster right there. This is the healthiest I've ever seen Carolina Reaper crop. Usually they don't start fruiting until about early August. Banana peppers doing incredible. Just did a huge harvest. Took a bunch to market, sold some of them, and right now we're turning what didn't sell into relish to try to sell again. This one's just full of peppers again. All of these, I just cleaned them up, and then now they're just full of peppers again. Ain't that something? I try to eat this. These are the Peruvian variety. These are small, little bead shape. Yeah, as you can see them right there, little bead shaped peppers. Apparently they're very spicy, so I'm really excited to see what these taste like and what I can make out of them. Probably like a fruity hot sauce, maybe like a mango pineapple variety or something. Something kind of Central American, South American themed, Caribbean themed maybe. I'm doing a jerk seasoning. You can see a bunch of beads on there too. Real stoked. Do I have any ripe ones on here? I don't see any. They're still nice and deep green. And over here, had a bunch of jalapenos and cayennes that were not doing well, so I moved them all the way over there. I'll get to them in a minute. But for the most part, these guys are still doing pretty good. These are all poblanos here. I still have I have a couple cayennes over here that are still hanging out, and really need to get out here and do some weeding. I have been super busy, but otherwise, these guys are doing really good. These guys are loaded with poblanos. I'm waiting for them to ripen, because when they turn red, I dehydrate them and they become anchos. I can use them in all kinds of seasonings and whatnot. This guy's bogged down. And these guys right here, these are the Mad Hatters. These are a sweet variety I've never had before. I got them, they seemed interesting. I'm gonna make them into a pepper, tomato, jelly or jam. And there's one right there. A goofy looking pepper. And that's what they look like. See if I can find more. There's a good size one. Apparently these are abundant producers, so I'm looking forward to that. If that is indeed the case. See if I can find any more. Yeah, well, it's only a few. Oh, there's a big fat one over here. Here it is. There it is. One of the first ones I ever spotted. That guy right there. They're going to turn like a bright, vivid red when they're ripe. Apparently they're very sweet. Over here, these are 7-pot Katies. These are hybrid variety of super hots. I can't remember what they're hybrids of, but I'm really curious to see what they are like. This might become a pepper here. Where is it? Right there. This guy right here. It's been forming buds, but they've been kind of falling off, so hopefully they start to take and stop falling off so much, but otherwise the plants themselves look very good. Looking real good. These are more shishitos. They kind of got destroyed, but this one looks pretty good. Harvested some peppers off this one before. These are paprikas. They got a few. Not producing a ton, but there's a couple peppers on there. I'm curious to see what that's like. I've been trying to grow paprikas for years, but it is what it is. And we got tomatoes all the way back there. I'll come look at take a closer look in a minute. These are California Wonders. These are bell peppers all the way down the line like that. I don't think they're producing anything yet, which is unusual and mildly concerning, but I'm hoping they'll kind of explode with productivity soon. We'll see. I don't see any. Not yet. Otherwise, very healthy looking plants. Good and healthy. Good and healthy. Yeah, I don't see any yet, but that's okay. Let's go look at these maters. Because these guys, they've been producing a lot, but they've also had a problem with bottom end rot, which is a disease they get from calcium deficiency, even though I've been slamming them with calcium and magnesium to fix that. See, there's one right there. That one doesn't have a nice ripe one right there. Here's this one. Oh, there you go. Here's an example. This is what bottom end rot looks like. This whole tomato is gone. This is pretty advanced, so we just pull it off. Can't eat it. Don't want to eat it. It's rotten from the inside out. Just got to keep hitting them with calcium magnesium. But look at these clusters, man. You can see these are all good and healthy. Nothing on the bottom. No icky spots on the bottom. That's good. This one. Oh, shit, this one's bottom ended. Yep, there's another example of bottom end rot. So I got to come out here and hit them with calcium again. But for the most part, we've been getting a pretty good yield. Otherwise, they look pretty okay. More maters, more maters. This is a mystery something. We thought it was a melon, but it hasn't produced any fruit of anything, so couldn't tell you what it is. Doesn't look very good, but we haven't been taking care of it. It just kind of popped up. Just curious to see what happened if we just let it go. Tomatoes, tomatoes, tomatoes. This is severely bottom-ended. Yeah, icky. Out of here. It's been happening. Usually the smaller ones that get it for some reason. All these maters. So many maters. Oh, we got a volunteer. I think I saw a cherry. Oh, yep. Yeah, this one right here is a volunteer. That's definitely a cherry variety. We grew a bunch of sweeties last year, among other varieties, and these are some big fat honking ones. I can't remember what variety these are. That's not bottom end rot. That looks like it's split and healed. It's a subtle difference. The bottom end rot is usually, it looks squishy, and it's perfectly circular around on the base usually of the tomato. But in this case, it's irregular and hard, so that suggests that it's split and that it just healed and it's fine. We'll see later as it matures. Okay, going over Chandra. Green beans. Lots of green beans. Mom's been taking care of those. I don't know how they're doing, but they might be doing pretty good. These are eggplant over here. You can see, got a big fatty right there. Look at them. Nice big fat eggplant right there. Hope it turns out good. We've always struggled with eggplant, but this year they seem to be doing pretty good. Ivarskis, that's a big old ghost pepper that I've moved around a few times, and I think it has a pepper growing on it somewhere. It's got all these little buds. Ghost peppers tend to do this. They tend to... Oh, there it is. Ghost pepper, baby, right there, right here. Let me see if I can get a good shot of it. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. It's hard to see on the camera. There it is. Little guy right there. There's a bunch of buds all over it, but ghost peppers are kind of weird. In my experience, they tend to... They'll bud and flower, and then the flowers just fall off. And it doesn't produce much fruit. Or it'll start to produce a fruit, and then it falls off. So I'm not going to hold my breath until it starts actually producing fruit. This is an Ivarski variety. These guys here. These big fat peppers here. They're a Balkan variety. And they're named after a sauce they're made from called Ivar sauce, which is basically you take these peppers when they're nice and ripe and you char the shit out of them along with some eggplant, and then you mix it into the sauce with like garlic and salt and pepper. Sounds really interesting, so I want to see what it tastes like. Another Ivars that's just now forming peppers. It's got some nice ones on it. Very good. And here's a couple jalapenos and cayennes that I transplanted from over in the opposite side of the yard. And they looked kind of sickly at first, but after moving them, they've just been popping. This one's got some cayennes on it, I think. Yeah, look at them. Got some cayennes. Oh, there's some cayennes over here too. Before I go forward, back over by the tomatoes and ooh, what is that? It looks like a cantaloupe of some kind, or kind of a squash, probably. Okay. Yeah, here they are. These guys right here. Cayenne. And this guy's got some nice... This was a start that we got because some of our cayennes weren't doing so hot. So we bought a few, but most of them are from seed. But this one's doing pretty good. Surprisingly well, considering we're under a tree. They're getting nice and tall to compensate for the lack of sunlight, which is just fine as long as it fruits. And these are some more jalapenos. These are all jalapenos that I transferred. The rest of them, they were looking kind of sickly. They started looking better. And then we got a big fat rainstorm and they just bushed out. So they're doing pretty good. Finally, they're lagging a lot. Usually we have a lot of jalapenos by now. but growing plants be like this sometimes, where no matter how easy you think it is, sometimes they just don't do great for no particular reason. But I got plenty that are doing really good. So these are okra. They're still on the short side. These will get about 6-7 feet tall. Right now they're still really small. So I got some okra here. Oh, that's good. That's a little big. Get some okra right there. That's what okra looks like when you grow it. There's a big okra right there. This is ideal size right here. This little guy, about 2 to 3 inches. This guy is still, this bigger guy is still fine, but he's a little on the big side. Do I have any more okra in here? I have all these okras. These have all been snipped. And here's another one that's just about ready. More cashmere peppers over here. These guys haven't started fruiting yet, but they're looking good and healthy, so they get a lot of sun, which is good. I don't see any peppers yet. I did get some new high phosphorus fertilizer to try to encourage them to bloom more. Oh, this guy has a pepper. There it is. Just starting to get some, it looks like. Okay. More okra. We got some porch okra over here. These guys are getting big very quick. They're doing very well down here. You can see all of those buds in there. All those clusters are going to turn into okra. And when they start really going, you basically have to harvest every day, because they just go and go and go, and they basically double in size. The okra fruit on here doubles in size almost every day, every other day or so. And ideally you want to pick them between about 2 to 3 inches, 4 at the most, because otherwise they get really big and brittle and they taste like shit. So you pick them young when they're tender and flavorful, and that's when you use them for, a lot of people like to use them in pickling and stuff. This is a cayenne. This is one of the cayennes I transplanted from the other side of the yard. These were also looking sickly before, but they're popping, brother. They are popping. All right, and then there's that, and then there's rosemary right there. That we snip a lot of this off for seasonings that we make. That's our bread and butter, and more basil, like that, and then that's it. There's the garden, all the way around here. All right, that's basically all I got to say right now. Thanks for watching. See y'all later.